Hey yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy JD coming at y'all with this quick story time part two, man. Well, it's not really quick. It's kind of gonna be, it's just the second half of the story, right? So listen, I know I didn't put up part two in the beginning of the week, y'all. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I was supposed to do it, but I don't listen. I don't got no excuse. I just didn't do it. All right, I was lazy. But if y'all not too mad at your boy, like, share, and subscribe, and we're gonna continue on with this story time part two, man. So as I stated in the last video, growing up, my parents were those parents who were just like, as long as you didn't start the fight, you don't have to worry about getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But in school, it don't matter who started the fight. Y'all both gonna get suspended for about 3 to 4 days anyway. Or at least that's how many days it was when I was growing up. So let's jump back into it, man. So M threw the marker at me, right? I got up, you know what I'm saying? I politely got up and I picked the marker up from off my desk and I went over there and I walked right next to him and said, you know what I'm saying? Hello, y'all. I had to put on the deep voice. Listen, I was young. I didn't have a deep voice, y'all. I still don't got a deep voice, but it's deeper than what it was when I was a youngin'. So I politely told him, I said, look, please do not hit me with this marker again. Don't hit me with the marker again. I'm sorry. Don't do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I went to go sit back at my desk, and I guess B told M to throw it again. So by this time, the teacher had walked out the class. I'm not sure why. I just remember her walking out the class, y'all. So he threw the marker at me again. So now as I got up and I grabbed the marker, she was coming back. So basically she came back in the room while I was getting up to walk toward him. Like I told y'all in the last video, he sat right in front of me, like not at my table, but at the next table over in front of me so we can look eye to eye. So I was looking down and I kind of see him through the marker, but I kind of didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I knew it was him, right? So I got up. Now this time I'm on edge. So now I'm more heated, you know what I'm saying? However mad I was, you know, you can't be that mad as a sixth grader, but I was kind of mad, y'all. I was heated, y'all. So now I start to stand up and she is now looking at me because why, you know what I'm saying? It's the middle of class. Why am I standing up? But of course, half the class knew why I was standing up because I was trying to prove my point to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to prove my points to my classmates. Everybody know you get into a fight and you win when you were a kid. You got automatic props by everybody. But that's sidetrack. So I got up and I'm standing next to him. And my teacher says, so-and-so, sit down. She's talking to me. I can't tell y'all my name. So-and-so, she said, so-and-so, sit down. I ignored her. I didn't sit down, y'all. So that's number one where I can get in trouble with the office. But that don't matter. So I'm standing next to him and he's saying, M is saying, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? And I didn't say anything back to him. And my teacher said once again, so-and-so, sit down. And I didn't sit down. Now, before I even tell y'all what happened, what I didn't know is that D1, well, like I remember how I told you on the last video, he was in the next class over. So what I didn't know is he was standing there in the window because it was like a window where they could see in our class. So he was seeing what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of sidetracked. But that's still a kind of important part in the story, right? But anyway, I'm standing next to M and I don't know what went through my mind, y'all, but I stood next to him and I just started firing on him, y'all. I don't know what happened. I just started firing on him. Now, mind y'all, I hit this kid about 20 times in like 5 seconds, bro. I'm not playing, y'all. I hit this kid like 5 times in 20 seconds. Mind you, this kid wore glasses. Nothing wrong with glasses, but bro, if you hit somebody in the face with glasses, it hurt. It hurt. My hand was hurting, y'all. So now he's sitting at his desk and I'm standing up and I'm just firing on him. I told you I was short. But hey, listen, what I'm lacked in shortness, I made up in speed. I don't care what none of y'all say. But I was firing on him. I hit him about 20 times, y'all. Now the teacher, I guess she didn't realize what was happening, but she eventually, and mind you, she was a little heavy set, y'all, just a little bit. So she got up out her seat and she ran over to where I was. And B was sitting there just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's yelling like, oh, yo, da 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 da, da 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 da. That was happening. So I'm sitting there firing on him 20 times, y'all. And then the teacher ends up pulling me, like I said, I was small, y'all. So she pulled me off easy as ever. But I don't know, somehow I maneuvered out of the way and I still started firing on boy. Like now he stood up, M stood up, and now we kind of going back and forth, but I never got hit, so I ain't gonna lie to you, I never got hit. But anyway, I know it wasn't the most exciting climax, but I was firing on him anyway. Like I was firing on him, all of that. So she ends up pulling me off of him. And then she ends up sending me out of class. Like, she's yelling my name, you know what I'm saying? Go to the office. So, if I haven't told y'all before, after I fight, I'm the calmest person in history, y'all. Like, I was so calm, y'all. I don't know. Like, I really wasn't, I was never mad, bro. I just did what I had to do. And I already knew in my mind that I wasn't going to get in no type of trouble at home. So I was cool. I went down to the office, you know what I'm saying? I went to go tell the administrators that, look, I just got into a fight up in Miss M's class, and she told me to come down here. So a few days later, you know what I'm saying, I ended up getting suspended for 3 days. Nothing crazy, because like I said before, I knew I wasn't going to get in no trouble at home. But they end up calling my parents, you know what I'm saying? I called my mom, told my mom I just got into a fight or whatever. She came up there, picked me up the next day, or picked me up that day. And it was like fourth period, like I said to y'all. She picked me up. I went home, told my pops what happened. You know, normal stuff, I wasn't in trouble, so I was cooling, bro. I wasn't really tripping. So the next day I came in and I'm not sure if his parents wanted to press charges or anything, because I think his glasses were broke. So I'm not sure if his parents wanted to press charges, because he did end up having like a super swollen eye, yo. Like, his eye was puffy. My hands were kind of still red from the day before, because like I said, he had glasses on. But they didn't end up pressing charges, so I didn't end up getting in any trouble. You know what I'm saying? I just did that little 3-day suspension or whatever. And I pretty much came back to, like, when I came back to school, y'all, I was that dude. But anyway, y'all, that was the end of the story time. Like I said before, I will have a video dropping today. And if you are new, like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.